But that really nice thing we were talking about then, yeah, was fantastic.
It was, and I'm glad you think so. But
Yeah.
remember, no one can ever know.
No.
And hello, we're live. So,
I did want to try and get a permanent injury on your character, Mark.
But why?
Why? Oh, I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, okay.
one. This is how I feel, and this is yes. That's quite right. Excuse us, Liz is giving us something to read. Well,
how did you have that ready so quickly?
Yeah.
Dedication, my man, and
I found it on Facebook yesterday, and it's so fucking true.
And you just have it on like a macro to dump into chats? That was really quick.
I had it on my phone.
Oh. It's just
impressed.
It takes me a bit too long because, you know, I'm old and...
I was just about to say, oh.
Yeah.
No.
Supposedly I work in IT, but...
Yeah, my own experience of having a university degree in computer studies, I can point at something and tell you whether or not it's a computer. That about extent, that's about the limit of my my powers, even from university degree education, so there you go.
That sounds like a fantastic degree you got there.
It is. It was well worth the time and effort. But nevertheless...
But yeah, that's pretty much my story in this hellhole called the US.
Well,
yeah.
You are free now to determine your own destiny, Liz, so... let's see how that leads you.
Can
Yes,
I ask a question? Yeah. Does that mean I'm intelligent if I know where to, you know, I can point at a PC and tell you that it's a PC? Yeah.
No, you're using me and Matt as a baseline, and
Oh.
you're making a dangerous assumption that we're intelligent.
Please don't use Mark or myself as a baseline for anything at all. It's a path to ruination.
Look,
it really is.
Look, I need this win, please, guys.
We all need validation, damn it, and to that regard, I'm going to throw us quickly into our intro video before we start having existential crises all around, so excuse us. Back in a couple of moments. I swear this video will get happier soon, in just a minute. We'll be right back. Hello, folks. Welcome along to the continuing adventures of the USS Combs. I'm MJ, the GM, your games master, and I will be around here directing traffic as best as I am able for the next couple of hours. With me are most, but not all, of the Combs crew, as sadly Connie Monster is not able to join us today, having the lurg, the sickness. She is one with disturbed. But if you don't get that,
you got to it.
But yes, here we are, a brand new episode, and let's get into stuff. I don't think I have any special announcements in regards to this. Well, we'll start with things like we always do. It's a brand new episode, so does anyone have anything they want to spend their 3 acclaim on, or their recent adjustments?
Probably, but I hadn't thought about it because I was away last week. So I'm going to bank
That's
them
fine.
and tell you later.
Bank them.
Because I don't
and
need to
tell
spend
me.
them. Probably by the end of the today I'll know, but
Okay.
yeah.
Fine, fair, and good. Anybody else? Or are we busy now looking at the awards and thinking, I mean, I love the fact that in the new one, I think it was the exploration guide that they released, the Rigel Cup. Now, I thought that was them introducing sports awards into Starfleet Awards, but it turns out it's actually for piloting skills. So there you go.
That's
Mind
a
you,
question.
the Rigel Cup, wasn't that something to do with that funky thing that Wesley Crusher and the rest of his ace pilot folks were up to, or am I misremembering that episode? The whole cover-up thing.
Oh yeah,
Doesn't
remember
matter.
that episode.
Ooh, I'm missing a milestone.
In that case,
In
put
the-
one in there.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to spend it on, but I know I haven't spent it yet.
There you go then. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good, good. Well, the new character sheets at least now have space for such things to go. So, yeah. All good. Yes, Dave.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Can I spend my claim on bringing my reputation down, please?
Bringing your reputation down. I'd think you'd want reprimands more than you would acclaims, but I think just from general behavior alone, we can assume that your reputation has come down, yes.
Okay.
So I'll say you won't have to spend your acclaim on that, because Tavish's general attitude recently will probably be of justification enough.
I was gonna
So-
use my reputation to up my reputation. Or my...
Your acclaim to up your reputation. Well, unfortunately, your
Yeah.
last acclaim is 3, and you're currently at 3 reputation. You would need
Oh.
4 to up it to 4, I am afraid. That's how it goes. So maybe
Is it
you're able
really
to
not
keep
what
that
I
in
want?
mind then for the events of this episode.
I do like how everybody else is trying to improve, and I'm just trying to make myself worse.
You are what's called selling the story.
Does Tavish already have the Tucker Award for organizational efficiency?
Don't believe so, no.
It only costs 2, and only the chief engineer can get it. I don't know why I put that in my notes as something I want. So I can't
Oh.
get it.
Is it awards?
It's an
Yes.
awards, yes.
What was it?
The Tucker Award.
Tucker, yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Wants permission when the character spends a point of determination on an extended task involving engineering or science. They receive 2 of the benefits of spending determination instead of 1.
I mean, I could get it.
You're doubling your ones.
Yeah, why not?
I've been
I'll
rewatching
spend-
it guys recently, and Tucker's my boy. You should do it.
Oh, okay. Well, if Chris is telling me to do it, then I'll do it.
Oh, Chris, I forgot to plug your stuff. Sorry. Yes, Chris, here we are.
Oh, that's fine. I have no new stuff to plug at the moment. Anyway, was aiming to get the Dragon Quest 3 video up before the end of the year. I think it's gotten away from me a bit. It's just coming soon. TM. But yeah, retro review channel. Feel free to check that out. I'm running out of vocal cords now, but yeah,
Okay,
thank
cool.
you.
I won't use your voice any more than it needs to.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Okay, so in the character tab of your character sheet. At the bottom should be a claim, so take the requisite number of a claim out, and then find the award and drag it into your talents.
2. Okay, done that. Go to traits. Bring that across a little bit.
There we are. Tucker Award for organizational efficiency.
Oh look, I've got an award and a medal. Fantastic.
You know what? I'm going to, because it only costs 3 acclaim, I'm going to get the Nobel Prize.
Aha. The Nobel Prize for what exactly?
What the flip?
Conditions. You must have made a meaningful contribution to the good of humanity, specifically not just the Federation, in the field of physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, economics, archaeology, or peace.
I didn't start a war with the Romulans.
You don't get a Nobel Prize for what you don't do.
Look, I could have easily started this war, and I
honestly could have. I honestly could have. Sorry, easily started a war with the Romulans.
And I stopped myself from
Pardon
doing
me,
it.
but it's almost like Trump claiming the almost, not quite. It's like I could have, but I didn't. Give me the Nobel Peace Prize, bitches. Or see me go to war with your asses.
Honestly, he's going to war with people.
Well,
he ain't doing
yes, but
peace.
you know, history will be his.
Look! If Trasa's getting a Nobel Peace Prize for not starting a war with the Romulans, yeah,
unfortunately, that means Tavish qualifies as well.
Yeah, for not throwing a hyperspan at that one time at the new recruit in the engineering department.
It's what we call a dangerous precedent. You're giving people awards for what they didn't do, not for what they did.
That's a good one for Bonnet to get later.
The Rigel Cup,
Ooh.
maybe?
I've had an idea.
Oh dear.
It requires me to ask for Dave's spare claim and one more.
Oh.
What
do
you
I
thinking
get?
there, buddy?
We all benefit.
Oh, okay.
You're so far still not telling us what it is, which makes me
No, because I want to
suspicious.
see if people are willing.
Well, you've got to tell us what it is first before you tell us what we're saying.
No, it's all right. I'm giving him my claim.
Okay.
I just need one more.
Yeah, I really don't see anything else like it. So I want. So yeah, you can.
Okay, so that's cool.
You guys are such easy sells. Okay.
Cool. Which means I don't need to buy the nomination for the Carrington Award. I could just spend 5 acclaim to give it to Dr. Sod. The character has a prestigious career in medicine, a long history of humanitarian work, and has made significant breakthrough or contribution to medical science, which he has done.
Oh.
Oh, damn. Back then.
Someone else has bought you an award there, Chris.
That's
Could
very
buy-
kind.
I like it.
Vaguely promising benefit to the others, I have benefited us. That might not always work out in our favours, guys, but I like the fact that you went along with it.
Whenever
You know the funny?
go on.
Because I only gave you 1 acclaim, I have another. I still have 2 more that we could theoretically just nominate somebody else as well.
Dave is happy that Chris has got this. I think that was a really cool gesture, man. Tavish, on the other hand, will be saying, "Oh, thank God it didn't go to a Klingon."
Oh, you know what? We could also theoretically, because isn't Connie's character making advancements in science with her?
Perfectly
pheromone?
honestly, I think with that, I would probably go for a more sciencey award. I think there is one. I just can't remember which one it was.
There
So I
are
was
so
thinking
many.
about I was thinking about actually getting it too, but
Yeah, the Z Manganese Prize.
That's essentially the Nobel Prize if you're not for benefiting everybody else but humans.
Yeah, that's perfect for.
Meaningful scientific contribution to the benefit of the Federation. Well, that kind of does bring me to what we were going to do next, which was science. Whatever. So let's have a brief recap of what people have done with science. Let's see
what they've done. It would sound like a teacher telling us off.
I've also found an award I'm going to get after I finish my science project. The Underhill Superior Achievement Medal. Character must have significantly contributed to the Federation's understanding of astrophysics, cosmology. I can't even say the word.
Cosmology.
Subspace theory or related fields, and seeing as I am creating a
displacement activated spore hub drive, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to be one of the most decorated, questionably subordinate ships out there.
Well, quite. This is the whole thing. I was about to comment. What were people doing? If we're awarding Gurkow for science, well, Gurkow's science thing so far is what Chris nicely called the super soldier serum. Thank you, Dr. Mbenga, for that as well. And the pheromonal scanner. So, as intriguing as they are, do they benefit the Federation as a whole? I mean, you get roided up soldiers when they get injected with this stuff, and otherwise, if you want to sniff somebody out, you can wear this special face piece that Gurkow is still developing. So
I don't think the Federation looks fondly on the drugged up super soldiers of humanity's 21st century history.
No, which is weird considering Dr. Mbenga did it. But hey, who am I to judge? It's definitely something to consider going forwards, but that was a particularly nice gesture, I think, from everybody else, giving Dr. Sott the Carrington Award. So, whenever Dr. Sott makes a medicine task, attempts a medicine task to overcome an extended task, he can increase the impact by 1. If you are a winner, if you won the Carrington Award, then you can also select a single medicine talent. Ooh. So you get
Off you go, Chris.
Did they win it?
Oh,
yeah. It wasn't a nomination. The 5 points is a win. The 5 acclaim makes it a win.
Oh,
if we need to make the nominations,
5 for winners, right? Yeah, I see now. So essentially, because you're a winner, you know, Dr. Sott not only gains Carrington winner as a trait, which I'm going to put in now. Jeez.
Really gets it.
Carrington winner.
I'm going to be a great medic.
You also get a free medical talent. So that'll be in character talents, medicine talents, and you get to choose one.
I hate to say this, but Matt needs to roll better when we're in fights.
Yeah, give me a chance to use it.
Yeah.
So I will leave you to have a perusal and make your own mind up as to what you want in your own time. In the meantime, I do want to shoot us over quickly to ongoing scientific advancements, which means that we can't do Gurkow's pheromonal scanner as of yet, even though that was close to being done, so we'll have to wait till Connie comes back for that. In the meantime, I believe Tavish was working on creating subspace field spinners for the displacement activated spore hub drive. Currently working on botany as the words are escaping me, as the main focus of investigation. That was it. I got there eventually, folks.
I don't remember who I used last time.
whoever's got botany, so that's
Somebody had
gonna be
botany
Gurkow.
who what? No. Oh.
Where is it?
No.
I'm looking at traits, not foci.
Gurkow has botany.
Yes.
But somebody else had. I don't know. I know I rolled with someone last time.
Let's see. It's essentially going to be someone with medicine in there. As they're
Perhaps
one of
a
their
newly
primary
anointed.
disciplines.
Oh! I asked Dr. Sott to help me, didn't I?
Maybe.
Did I?
Anybody who saw the last episode, which was like a week or so more, 2 weeks ago, feel free to chime in with what you think happened. Even though
You want to roll?
no one's
You
there
could
right
roll with both. Connie isn't here, and Dr. Sott's riding high on
Well,
his achievement.
I don't
Right.
want to. Yeah, but I don't want to take the science stuff away from Connie.
She can't
And
do it whilst-
seeing as her character is also doing a science project, I don't want to take that. So,
it doesn't progress when she's not here. So
I know it doesn't progress, but in character,
Yeah, it is the
Yeah.
start of a new episode, so I kind of see where Dave's coming from here. It's fine.
I
yeah,
got you.
sorry, I'm coming from a kind of in character, not a
Yeah.
out of character
I get you.
perspective here.
And I would have made the same note. But yes, it'll be using reason and medicine and or reason and science to do the botany side of it. So Dr. Sott, of course, would be the best to choose.
Yes. So if Dr. Sott doesn't mind.
It's going to be reason and science from Dr. Sott reason and medicine from Dr. Sott. Probably one dice because it's not his project, but no
Yep.
focus because you don't have botany as a focus.
Sure.
Oop, that's a good roll. That's a success. So now it's down to Tavish, who doesn't roll as well, but does still get 2 successes. That's 3 overall. That means we have successfully completed this particular avenue of investigating botany for use for subspace fields spinning, which of course comes mostly from the fungal plants themselves. But unfortunately, this doesn't give you exactly what you need to actually implement it. The one you have not done yet is, well, there's only one avenue of investigation you haven't used yet, which is warp field theory.
All right, time to start on that then.
So we're going to have to start on that next time, but you've essentially whittled down all the possibilities, and you've come across the last one that you put in as a hypothesis, so yeah, not bad. Gurkha was still using pheromonal scanning. Okay. Anyone else with anything else they want to do before we get right into the nitty-gritty here?
I'm good.
Let's see if we finally can tame this damn dog.
Oh yes, the Targ training. Who does Captain Trasa want to have as co-trainer? We're going to try Councillor Sachs again, or are we going to try somebody else?
Yeah, you know what? Let's try her. She will get better.
She will get better, I'm sure. Dave, do you want to see if she'll get better? No, hang on. Who hasn't rolled? You've rolled.
Mark.
Liz is rolling. Connie hasn't because Connie's not
Mark.
here. Mark. Yeah, Mark hasn't rolled.
Oh, I'm rolling for Sax.
You're rolling for Sachs, I'm afraid.
we took her on an away mission. She actually did pretty well.
She didn't
Sure.
hit
Yeah,
any
she did.
Romulans, but she did reasonably well.
Yeah. She didn't completely,
Mess it up.
stuff it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Too true. Too true.
I'm sensing aggression, she says, as the Romulans pull out their phasers.
See,
She
you're
didn't
not
get that
completely
far.
useless. Exactly. Right then. Anyway, yeah, Mark, we're going with presence and presence and command. In both
Presence and
these folks
command.
trying to train a target.
What kind of focus does she have? Empathy?
Not for
Would
this.
that count?
Just go. Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh my! Oh my! Pure talent. Well, train the targ is finally complete, and you chose the right way. So the targ is finally at the point where it now understands basic commands, and because apparently what are they called? Pygmy albino targs are rare, and were essentially a next to extinct species of that you discovered almost by accident. But it turns out that these guys are supposed to be extremely loyal if you can manage to essentially break them, make them not exactly domesticated, but the Klingon equivalent of, which you have now done. So that means the target is now, well, you can get him to obey basic commands. He's deployable in some fashion or other. Congratulations, you tamed the target.
Oh, no, I remembered what I was going to do with the milestone, and I definitely haven't spent it because we've not done it yet. It was a part of the ship's upgrades.
Which you
So whilst
can
we're still in the station, yep,
on
and so
your
it's
patch.
switching out. Yep. So instead of the high-resolution sensors, because since the change, they're not as free momentum generating, because you can't bank the momentum.
Sure.
My proposal, if the rest of the crew or team is cool with it, was to replace the high-resolution sensors with the adaptive shield modulator, which does two things. When you modulate shields, you get an increased resistance, but more importantly, when you go into silent operation mode, you keep the shields up.
Can we go?
Yeah, we have the reduced sensor silhouettes.
Oh yeah, because that's what that was the thing I suggested. Yeah, all right, yeah, I like that.
There we go.
Everybody else good for the adaptive shield modulator?
Yeah, I can just see that now. Make people shoot greater than resistance of enter our new resistance.
I mean, we have a ton of shields and quite a decent resistance because of these upgrades.
Yeah, our armor increases our resistance by 2.
Can I ask a question before we carry on?
Sure.
Are we on an exploration ship anymore, or are we just in a warship?
We're on a
That way,
very,
didn't it?
very resilient exploration ship in a very dangerous area.
I tell you what, though, I do find this hilariously funny, just for the simple fact that I'm going to use this.
Oh,
Yep, I'm using this. Oh, Matt,
eliminate.
can I ask a question?
Of course.
We didn't. Unfortunately, I don't think we had enough time last time. But I was really looking forward to us role-playing our tennis match.
oh yeah.
The man makes an
That is
excellent
mad.
point.
Yeah, it is really-
Sorry.
Right. Okay.
Alright.
Well, seeing as it's your character and Dave's character versus your character. Sorry.
And Dave's character.
It's Chris's character and Dave's character versus Chris's character and Dave's character. I hasten to remind you that Chris doesn't have much of a voice at the moment because he has the lurg. So, and if I remember, we rolled some dice, and it turns out that the Starfleet boys did. The Starfleet guys did actually manage to win it because they knew the rules and the Klingons didn't.
Yeah.
If you want to do that now, then by all means have a quick.
Chris, it's up to you, and if your voice can do it, I don't mind if we kind of wait.
Maybe next week, so I can, get more immersed.
Okay, mate. I'm cool with that. If Matt's cool with that.
Well, it was going to have nothing to do with me whatsoever. So I have no voice I can lend to this other than maybe the referee. So, it would be you two talking as your characters at your characters.
Well, we can do this.
But if we want to do it later when folks have actually got voices to use,
Yes.
that's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
So we have officially now replaced the high-resolution sensors with the adaptive shield modulator, and every time I say it, I am trying not to sound like Marvin the Martian. Adaptive shield modulator.
The funny part is now our resistance is 8.
Well, when the modulate shields action is taken, the ship's resistance is increased by a further 1, which means your resistance goes to 6, not 8. The ship may have its shields raised
We
when
do
operating
have-
in silent running.
We have the armor that increases our resistance by 2.
Yes, so something that bears reminding is that resistance calculation works a little differently now in 2nd edition than it did in 1st, which just went off your scale, the scale of your ship. This time, I think they halve the scale. They halve the resistance according to scale, and then depending on how high your ship's structure rating is, you get more, and then you get more if you add things like ablative armor and the like. So, yes.
So what I'm hearing is we need to start upping our structure.
What I'm hearing is Galaxy class.
Hey, if you guys want to swap to another ship.
No, we've spent so much on this one. It's so good.
Yeah, we spent so much on this one. All we need to do is up the structure.
Well, if I remember, it goes along a scale of, I think 7 to 8 is the +1 to resistance, and then 9 and 10 is another, and 11 to 12 is the last tier that you can go to.
I need to get a milestone. So I can start a new science project. So
increasing
I can get,
the structural density of the ship.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't Tavish having to reinforce it anyway for this spore drive?
Not
To deal
as
with-
such.
Okay.
No. It was basically what we did with the spore drive before, and just basically instead of making it look like
Someone had just
a
nailed
Blue
extra bits onto the ship.
a Blue Peter project.
Something everybody did in Scouts.
Yeah.
Starfleet Scouts class.
So it actually
Yeah.
looks
Like an egg
like it
box.
should be on the ship. Because there was a load of stuff we did for the spore drive. I do remember that.
Yes, that was a hodgepodge of stuff that was never meant to last.
Yes.
Whereas you're actually now actively creating and bolting on bits. I think one of the things you might have been thinking of, Mark, was the cavitation debris, because the spinning subspace field would cause cavitation in the superstructure, which means you had to bleed out that excess energy somehow. So
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. No. All I was thinking about is it Starship? I think there's a talent for like Starship recognition or something like that. And
funny.
Basically like making our ship basically into a prototype.
More than it already is.
Having the same kind of ship structure, but like a few like little add-ons, so it's different to it's not, I was gonna say Voyager class, it's not Voyager.
It's an Intrepid class, so yes.
Intrepid, yeah. So like a Intrepid class. I don't know what projects they are. What projects they are. not projects. What
Ship class?
classification?
Yeah.
What they put on prototype ships?
X.
X. So it'd be like an intrepid.
Intrepid X.
Yeah. So I can see what I can do, but it means me having to get a milestone, and me finishing off all the other science projects I need to do as well.
So you would end up being NX 74658 rather than NCC, right? Well, if Star Trek Online is anything to go by, and a good many people still swear by some of what Star Trek Online's story arcs have been, that are pretty good for canon. There's certainly enough in the Utopia Planitia source book that I got some time ago, even though that's still for first ed. It can still be adapted. There was a natural progression on from the Intrepid class, which I think they made slightly bigger, slightly bulkier. So there was a ship that came after the Intrepid that was based on the Intrepid, but was somewhat beefier. So you never know, you guys might be the first ones in that arena.
I have a question on the modulate shields. It says ships increased by a further one. Does that mean you only increase it by one, taking the action to modulate shields?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be right back.
No problem. So essentially,
Okay, so we can-
you for that to actually work, you need either your tactical officer or your ops officer. I think it's tactical. Let me quickly have I say quickly, I say as quick as it takes me to find the actual entry. Who has access to modulate shields? I think it's the tactical officer. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. Tactical, calibrate, prepare, targeting solutions, modulate shields as a major action is a tactical. So essentially your tactical officer, Officer Dyneth, would have to use her major action during an engagement to use the modulate shield action in order to up your resistance. So you're essentially sacrificing your tactical officer's ability to fire weapons, and instead is focusing on upping the essentially the ship's intake resistance to damage. So that's actually quite cool, I think, because it gives you the choice of whether you want to play it defensive or aggressive. Now, you guys have historically, predominantly played it aggressive.
We can do both.
So,
Well, it's more instead of coming out of reduced silhouette to then up
with
our
shields
shield,
down. Yes.
we now have the major action, which is to make it more resistant. Sure, we're not firing, but we can use the major action instead of setting up shields, is setting up attack patterns or evasive patterns, evasive maneuvers, that sort of thing. So we'll have more major actions to spend on different things whilst having a more resistant ship.
Yep. And as has been quite rightly pointed out, you can go into silent running and still have your shields up. So that's... You're becoming more of less of an explorer ship. You're becoming more of a tactical infiltrator.
So
Scout. Well, it's still a exploration, but it's more military scouting exploration than scientific exploration.
I've also figured out that I don't need a talent. All I have to do is change one of my focuses.
Interesting. We'll get onto that some other time. But for now, we need to get onto today's actual episode mission. So I am gonna, now that you're back, ask Liz to read me, or read us all, something as I send you your captain's log. If you would be so kind, Liz.
Captain's log, stardate 5064 3.6. We're responding to a distress call from a Vulcan expeditionary group on Phlesc Epsilon 1. We have lost the signal 1 day ago, but we are still en route. The distress call reads, "We require immediate assistance. Atmospheric conditions have proven too hazardous to the expedition to continue. One team lost. The coordinates are enclosed. 2 members of the expedition remains at base camp. Treville, we request the nearest Starfleet vessel to make contact and extract us." Message repeats.
Okay. So we start off this episode with the Combs en route to the Trasa Epsilon system. And it doesn't take long before the ship is able to come out of warp on the system's edge. And what you see is... If I can just get this up, hopefully you can see as I change the atmosphere. So, strangely enough, even though you can see the bright lights of the brightness of the system's star and the twinkling of other stars in the rest of space, the system from which the distress call was coming is an orb of total blackness.
That's a question. Have we seen
Yes.
this orb of blackness before?
No.
Oh.
To my knowledge, none of you have ever been to the Trasa Epsilon system. Now, for those of you who will have done a bit of investigation into where you were going, Trasa Epsilon 1 is in the Kepler sector of space, and the planet is a Class H planet, which means it's marginally habitable, but it has very arid conditions and very, very little surface water. So,
I just see black here.
yes.
That's it.
Yep.
I do not see a planet.
Yep. That's what everybody else sees. That's what you see on the main viewer. That's what sensors are returning. That's what you can all see. So,
Well,
back to bit one. What would you like to do? Hello,
Cheeky
hello.
little
am I-
scan to
there we
start
are.
things off.
Do a
Cheeky
little
little scan.
to
Yep.
a cheeky little scan.
I'm going to suggest a probe if the scan doesn't come back with enough.
Okay. I'm going
can,
to ask... Yes, go on, Dave.
Can Tavish just go, oh, well, if he had the better sensor suite, we probably would have got more from
I
the
do
scan we're
find
just
it
about to do.
hideously ironic that you just gave away your high-resolution sensors,
Yeah.
knowing
Tavish
full
is
well what was coming.
Tavish is literally just going, yeah, well, you know, apparently, you know, with Klingon captain on board now, you know, we're more like a war vessel than we are, you know, an
exploration vessel.
exploration ship anymore.
Can we only scan up to 480p now?
Yeah.
I think you can manage 720 if you got a good bandwidth going, yes. Out in the sticks as you are, it might drop
Hopkins
down
would
to 360.
correct Tavish should be like, I was not the one that requested the shields, okay? That came from someone else in the crew.
You're the
Everyone's
captain.
glaring at Phlesc.
You're the captain.
This was your idea.
I don't care whose idea it was. You're the captain. You made sure. You're the one who said yes or no to this. I will be saying this in front of the whole crew, by the way.
Oh yeah,
The
I
whole
expect
bridge.
so.
The person that requested it made a very good argument.
Yeah, but you know, Klingon captain, you know, pretty much now a warship. Fantastic. Great. Brilliant. She slow claps and then goes back to her station.
Chris, I would like you to be Gurkow for the moment, please, giving us reason and science, whilst I ask Liz to be the Combs, giving us sensors and science. As for Gurkow's focus,
Don't think so.
I don't think so, no. The statistical probability would be her usual go-to, but that assumes that she's come across this phenomenon before, and she hasn't. But that's still 1 success, 2 successes overall, which is neato, because you only needed 1. So there's 1 momentum already.
Who needs those sensors?
Alright. Well, as can be seen, literally on your screens, the first planet is displaying strange and unseen characteristics. The planet is covered in a thick black atmosphere that is reflecting all but 0.04% of light. And the sensors don't actually detect much else. And nothing on the planet's surface upon which the Vulcan team had their outpost. The other thing that Gurkow's sensor readings are detecting is that the planet's magnetic field is also being somewhat anomalous. Its poles are moving and fluctuating, which does cause a degree of interference to sensors and communications at present.
Would we struggle to do a teleport down there?
It's potentially possible to use transporters, yes, but you are quite right with realizing that it probably would be somewhat troublesome a venture.
Can we try and send a probe in to get more information?
Sure. What I'm going to say then is... Yes, go on.
I was going to say, if we're going to send a probe in, seeing as we are getting quite big interference, can we try and make the communication from the pod to the ship a bit more heavy duty and a bit stronger, if you know what I mean by that?
Going to reinforce
making it
the
probe and a relay. Yeah, so making it a relay as well as a probe. So if we do go down, we can still transmit out. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, not just that, but also the fact that we want the readings to come back clearer than what we are getting now.
Make it a good probe.
Yeah, a really good probe.
In which case, I would like for somebody then to give me some pretty good reason and science, please, or reason and engineering to modify this probe.
Can I use experimental technology?
If you're using an experimental method of trying to improve this probe, then yes. Which means it could have its own drawbacks.
Oh. What hurt people?
I would say go for it. I'm going to help you anyway, because, engineering and science are my strongest.
Chris, Liz?
Yes.
What do you feel to us doing it a experimental way? You okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Even if the captain was against it, I'm pretty sure captains would just do it anyways.
Well, Phlesc also has experimental technology, so he will be able to convince Hopkins that this is a way to get around something we don't really know what's going on this planet. So I'm gonna, it's Tavish's idea, but I'm going to smooth over the suggestion.
You know what, Commander Phlesc? Yeah, you really should have been captain.
Let's get work on that probe.
Yeah, okay.
Don't rise to the bait. Don't rise to the bait. Yep, sure. Whoever wants to have a go at this probe, reason and science or reason and engineering.
I'll do reason engineering, assisting with 1 dice.
Reason and engineering.
I can do reason science 1 roll.
Oh, Legion of Honor.
Hello.
Wait, no. Wait. I've got Legion of Honor. It's been a while. What's my other thing that I can use? God. No, it's gone because I'm first officer, so yeah, it's a Legion of Honor.
Yeah. Can we use some momentum for Chris to come and help?
Oh no, I'm a maintenance specialist, so I don't need to use Legion of Honor. I'll ignore that one.
Okay. If you want Dr. Sot to come in, and yes, you're going to need to spend that 1 momentum that you've got.
Okay, let's do it.
Sure. In that case, then 1 reason science. Boom. Has someone taken the momentum already?
Nope.
Nope.
I'll do it now then. Boom.
Thank you. So that's 1 from Tavish, 1 from Sot, and of course the roll from Phlesc that was cancelled out. 2.
Of course I'm rolling bad. It's the new thing. It's not got my fancy dice settings.
Oh, is that how you do it? Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
That explains
we need
it.
we need pretty dice.
Okay, you, to the best of your knowledge, managed to cobble together a probe that has got a semi-reinforced structure, but mostly its broadcast and scanning capabilities have been boosted with the hopes of penetrating whatever it is that's going on with the planet. And so firing it off, you do gain back some interesting telemetry. Let me see. I've already got all of that. The current atmospheric composition is predominantly is silicate. And it seems that the infrared and ultraviolet spectrum is also being absorbed by the atmosphere and therefore cancelled out. Which means anyone who goes down on the planet is probably going to have very limited visibility, probably only 1 or 2 meters at most. The magnetic field of the planet is currently in a strange state of flux, reasons unknown. And due to the fact that the majority of the star's rays have been essentially shrouded, anything on the planet that did rely on the sun is probably either dead or starving, depending on how long this phenomenon's been going on for. And this probably means that the surface temperature of the planet is very, very cold.
Definitely need EV suits, guys.
Definitely EV suits. The atmosphere is unbreathable in its current state. Especially any humanoid from a Class M planet who are used to Class M atmospheres would find it really hard to breathe. In fact, they'd probably end up suffocating. So, you do get more information, but you're not sure how much it's helping. I will say. Go on.
I was going to say, it seems like it's going to have to be an away mission then.
We can, if we built this probe correctly as a relay, we can try and broadcast a comm to the planet now, hoping that it gets through and a reply gets through the signal block of this phenomenon.
Well, we're not. Oh, okay. Yeah, because if something goes wrong, we can go to the relay station to the ship.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
it's checking that there's something there, but also checking that we've got something to communicate to the ship with, if we get in trouble while we're down there.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, good idea.
We're doing an away mission, aren't we? This is going to have to be taking a ship down.
Before we do that, we'll try and transmit to the Vulcan research.
Ensign Ravalon, your communications officer, does send some communications down, and after he waits a couple of minutes, he informs you that it seems that the transmission at least is being successfully boosted through the probe as a relay, but he's not receiving any indication that he's not seeing any indication that the signal's been received by the Vulcan science team. So it's possible they have communications interference of their own down on the planet, or a problem of some variety regarding their communications. There's just no way of telling. But he's definitely not getting any kind of signal ping back that suggests that there is receipt on the other end. So, how would you like to proceed?
I'll let the signal down to where the Vulcans were.
You do have a location of where the Vulcan science team's what are they called? Prefabricated base was set up.
I mean, that's going to be our best bet to start there.
Yep.
But there is the small problem of getting there. Especially because visual scanners are absolutely useless. And so you can't see what angle the planet's surface is currently at, and therefore can't use it to plot your relative position.
Infrared's not working, is it?
Infrared and ultraviolet are being absorbed as much as standard visual wavelengths are, so you might have to find some other method. Taking a shuttle down to the planet's surface is probably the safer option, but like I said, once the shuttle gets into the atmosphere, you don't really have, at the present moment, any clear idea of the shuttle's relative position to the surface as soon as you get down there. So
we can fit a gyroscope to a shuttle, so at least we've got relative position to down.
I was gonna suggest something like, do we feel like sound would get absorbed in this?
Moment, it only seems like
it's visual stuff.
It's light. Light waves are what's being cancelled.
So can we do something which uses sonar to give us a bit more of a better look once we do get into the planet's surface, into the planet's atmosphere?
That would certainly seem to be a very interesting and intelligent idea.
Yeah, because the gyroscope would only tell you which way is down, not if there's something in the way.
Yeah,
So,
and having a sonar which is constantly pinging well, constantly doing the sonar and putting it up to basically like put it up to the shuttle screen as a visual will be better for our pilot.
Not
But-
a bad thought.
We have to make an important choice. Is it going to be more of like a dolphin because the shuttle's grey, or are we going down in the bat shuttle because it's more like bat echolocation?
An important distinction, and it needs to be made.
I mean, it depends on which shuttle we take. If we take in Shutty's shuttle, then you know, dolphin. If we're taking Greeter, then you know, bat.
Okay.
But again, I probably would, if we're going down and bringing people back with us, I don't think the Greeter is big enough.
Yeah, the Shutty's the better rescue option.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. If we're trying to rescue people, we absolutely need an anti-grav sled.
Yeah, I totally said that.
Okay. Well, that pretty much concludes the grab the equipment section of this briefing. But no, carry on.
Well, it depends on if Liz and Chris think as well, because it's not just mine and Mark's.
Honestly, as long as I don't have to try to... Because you know the pilot's gonna probably be Hopkins. As long as she doesn't have to guesstimate as much as she can, and then, yes, let's go for it.
Righty. Then we're going to need to create, or at least modify, we're probably talking the main primary sensor array of the, let me think, hang on a second. I mean, the main deflector dish, the main deflector of the shuttle is there to push stuff out of the way. Not sure that's the kind of transmitter for a sonar ping that you want, so it's probably going to be something like modifying probably the communications array on the shuttle in order to do a sensitive sonar blast. But you're going to also want to modify the navigational sensor on the shuttle to receive the return ping. So that's a fair amount of work. So you're first going to need to modify the shuttle's comms, and then you're going to need to modify the shuttle's sensors. So this suggests to me that you're going to need Ensign Ravalon's assistance. Unless you want to nominate someone else who's just damn good at engineering or science. To do it on talent alone.
I haven't got any focuses in this. But
Focuses on what? Sorry.
Well,
I'm back.
comms, modifying comms to issue out sonar.
Ooh. Does it have? Never mind. I thought I had an idea. It's not very good. Never mind. Pulsing the deflector shield on the shuttle.
I already thought deflector shield, but the deflector shield's role is to push debris out of your path, rather than do a focused, boing. That would probably be more comms. You want a comm broadcast going out, and then you want the navigational sensor to receive the return ping. So you probably want to keep the main deflector on the shuttle doing its job, otherwise re-entry is going to be interesting for you. But hey, don't let me dictate. what you can and cannot do. Oh wait, that's my job.
Can modulate shields be applied to a shuttle? The action, not the
Sure,
thing we
absolutely.
bolted. Because that way we can have it have pulsing for our navigation to receive, but still be somewhat protective upon re-entry.
So you want to modify the shields to emit?
Yeah, because I've got to focus on that. so I can do that.
That's interesting. But if that's the way you want to go, because that's what you've got foci in, then okay.
It's my idea, unless we've got anything else.
Well, I'm perfectly happy to field that to the floor, as they say. One Mississippi.
No objections from me.
Okay. All right, then. Then, first step to modifying the shuttle's shields, then, if you would. This is going to sound a lot like... reason and engineering to me.
I mean, if it's not fitness, the attributes are all the same for me anyway, so... Cool. Using a focus. Come on, pretty dice. Do me better.
They are very pretty. I'll give you that. One success. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Now you need to have the shuttle's navigational sensor array modified so that it knows what to make of the returning sound. So,
is it reason and engineering or slash science?
it's more engineering than anything else, I would say.
Okay. I'll help our communications officer then.
You don't need communications officer Avalon anymore if you're making the sonar ping be emitted through your shields rather than your communications array. So,
Okay.
but that's still
I
a
will
reason
help.
and engineering check. Well, it sounds like you're less helping and more doing here because you're the only one to volunteer, and Phlesc has already had his job with modifying the shields to emit the sonar. So,
Can I get one of my other engineers to come and help me, please?
sure. Who?
Let's have a look.
Neither of them really have foci that suggest that this would be their particular area of expertise, but they can still go on just raw talent.
I'm doing the same as well, doing it by raw talent. So Shiara Zarani.
Okay.
It's probably a good idea.
Okay, then. Liz, can I get you to be Shara Jarani, please?
Okay.
Tangle. Reason and engineering, only 1 dice from Ensign Jarani, 2 dice from Tavish.
Any focuses?
Not really, not on either of them, so... Funnily enough, sonar didn't come under the... Ooh, that was close! Ensign Jarani's like, there was no field manual for this, I don't know what I'm doing! Thankfully, though, Lily Tavish is pretty good at hodgepodging new things together. Okay. So you have modified Shutty the Shuttle, your Type 6, or 6A shuttle, I should say. Or is Shutty a Type 7? I forget. Type 7, my pardon. Yeah. Shutty's shields have now been... main shield emitters have been altered so that it emits the sonar pulse, and the navigational sensor array now has an interpretive bit of software and other bits bolted onto it in order to make it able to receive the return pings and make sense of them. So, with that in mind, it comes down to who's going on the away team. The dock, well, yes, makes sense, because if no one's responding, there could be injured people down there. The chief engineer, because, you know, there might be systems that need in repair, and that's why you haven't received any word back from them yet.
Go on.
Go on, go on, go on. I'm going to assume that Connie wants to be involved next time, so let's bring Gurkow along. Because science, you always need science. So that's essentially what you need next is, well, pilot. I mean, Gurkow's not bad with 3.
Is the captain coming?
I mean, in character, we should leave a commanding officer on the ship.
Yeah,
but we also need a punchy person.
There you go.
A punchy person could help. Like,
technically, I think Zhang would be left in charge because she's the higher ranking officer. Garrow is chief of security, certainly, but Zhang is, because she's a red shirt on her the command tree, so she would be essentially. But then again, didn't we make... No, we made Zonvagor operations, not second officer, so that makes Zhang, yeah, more or less second officer.
I guess, Liz, do you want to take the captain, or do you want to take someone else?
Ugh. I mean, the funny part is both Hopkins or Zig has the same amount of con, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be daring to get the ship down. I'm hoping.
So, yeah, the captain can pretty much stamp her authority and say, yeah, I'm as good, we're both as good as each other, but I think I want to go have fun today. So,
yeah, I'll go 1, because I still have a craft slot on my sheet along with pattern and answers.
Okay. Nice. Right then.
Are we taking anybody else down with this? I have a suggestion. No, it's not. It's not that we've already got the best doctor on the ship. I was going to make a suggestion that we take Lieutenant Osborne with us.
Well, Osborne is security.
Oh no, we lost somebody on the planet. But based on what the message said, and the atmosphere is more hazardous, EV suits?
EV suits.
Already equipped.
We do Phlesc already had it.
If we don't want to take Lieutenant Osborne, I suggest we take either a Darrow or I feel like taking
Dineth, Acos.
Dineth. We haven't used Dineth really since she's came aboard. So,
sure.
Tavish wouldn't suggest that, by the way. Actually, no. She would probably, like, start a little argument with the captain. Get the captain to take her into like her office and just go, yeah, I just needed to get away, just so I suggest taking Dineth with us. She hasn't really been on an away mission with us yet, and I really want to take her out.
Take her out or take her out?
Well, like we said with Osborne, oh dear, not everybody made it back.
No, well, the captain would know.
Yes, she would.
The captain knows about what Tavish is doing, so she doesn't have to. She could be her normal self, in front of the captain. So
Yeah, I think
She
we should take we'll take Dynath because
yeah.
honestly, we'll
Plus,
need that muscle.
yeah, and her fitness, and her fitness and is it security
Yeah.
Mhm.
is pretty good, I think.
Heck, her engineer is not that bad. Engineering game
Yeah.
is that bad.
Yeah, that was another reason why I wanted to take her as well. Is that her security and her engineering are really good, and having like a third engineer down there,
May come in
I
handy.
yes.
That's a smart choice then. Yep, alright. Dynath states that she is honoured to be considered for the away team. But, of course, due to her disgraced nature, she is not permitted to have essentially any Klingon weapons. So she is equipped with a Type 2 phaser. But you still have her. I have therefore taken off one from your support staff allowance, or your support cast allowance, I should say.
Oh, right. Did me using Shiara take one off as well?
Else? You sure you want that many people coming along for the ride?
Oh no, I'm not taking Shiara. I was just when I used her to
For a roll.
for a roll.
It's a good point. That's a good point. That's a very, very good point.
Because I am trying to get, I am trying to use my my actual engineers to do stuff as well. I do want them.
Oh yeah,
to
they're not
get
even.
better. No,
They're not even a half.
I have been using them, but I haven't used them enough.
Okay, I'm just going to have Jirani step forward as a visual cue to myself later on that she was activated and therefore gets use as a supporting character. Right you are.
I have also taken every single engineering thing I could. By the way, I've taken the mass spectrometer and the plasma torch because I was really, really like disheartened that I could have taken the mass spectrometer in the last episode, and I decided not to, and I could have got some valuable data.
In that case, yes, that makes sense.
From that stuff.
Let's see which. I already put EV suits on me, Gurkow, and Dynath.
Yep. So I see.
Are we taking an anti-grav sled?
If we find bodies, we may want to throw them on the grav sled so we don't have to carry them.
I've got an anti-grav set.
So we got two.
We don't need to. We really look.
Alright, I'll
Are we sure?
No, we do need to.
Oh,
We
God.
do, all right. I do have an argument for this, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah. We, you know what we did with the anti-grav sled a long time ago, where we
Are
made
you
it
talking
into
about the go-kart sled?
the go-kart sled. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm listening.
We could turn one of them into a go-kart sled, yeah, and bring attach it to the our other anti-grav sled, and have it as a little ground vehicle.
Okay. Well, you know, if Star Trek Nemesis taught me anything, is that no ground vehicle is too stupid or off the menu. So
If we are going to do this, I want to Tavish would want to actually make the grav cart up on the ship and not down on the planet.
So you want to actually alter the anti-grav sled to make it an anti-grav cart.
Yeah, and if we can get it back, we can have an anti-grav cart
Lead
permanently. Yeah. Yeah.
Never let it be said that the Combs crew don't like to have a little fun on their away missions. You never know, you might find a nice hill you could toboggan down on an anti-grav sled.
I need to put some propulsion to it and some brakes. So
If that's what you want to spend your preparation time on.
Yeah, that's what Tavish can spend the preparation time on.
Daring and engineering.
As ship's doctor, I really wanted to underline the brakes part of this adventure.
Basically, the brakes is just a really
switch.
No, it's not. It's a really strong metal cylinder with a boot on the end.
It's a hole in the middle of the floor, so you can put your foot down to just.
I saw it on a 21st century TV show. It's called Flintstones. I don't know what it is.
Both high tech and low tech all at the same time.
Daring
and engineering.
Does anybody want to come and help?
Does anyone actually want to help Tavish with this abomination, or we could just let it do it?
I reckon Gurko could give it a good go.
Go on, then, Chris. But it's going to be daring and engineering. And yes, extravehicular activity will be a focus.
Can I use experimental technology as a focus?
Go on then.
Thank you.
I would have thought propulsion more than anything else, but there we go.
Ooh, that was nearly a 20.
Can't fault the desire for an anti-grav sled. Toboggan. Alright then, it's official. The propulsion and the reverse propulsion methods have been created, so you know Gurkha would be up for this. All I need is adjustable bars at the front. Handlebars. Okay.
I've got a plasma torch. I'll just, quickly just put some bars on the front.
Weld the bar to the curved bar to the frame.
And just weld some metal boxes to the actual anti-grav sled as well. Empty metal boxes to the grav sled, using them as we can use them as seats.
I think seating is a rather generous description of what those things are, but okay. Right, you are. Alright, so you've created your anti-grav toboggan. What would you like to do? We've altered the shuttle, we've made some alterations to an anti-grav sled. Is there anything else you want to pull out as far as weird science goes?
Just to one more thing about the anti-grav sled. Make sure that we can connect one anti-grav sled to the other.
Like a trailer.
Yeah. Because that was the whole reason. Is that yeah. We can we've got like a trailer, so we can bring injured people.
I can't fault that reasoning. Okay. So you're going down in EV suits with anti-grav sleds reworked as anti-grav but with an extra attachment for picking up and transporting potentially injured people. All right. Anything else? Then let's get to it. All right, so we are going to be flying down to the surface. So, this crew, this team, this away team here in the middle is going to be setting off in the EVs using the shuttle, and as soon as they ship out, they see this big circle of black just coming closer and closer towards them until eventually they get the alert warning from the navigational system of the shuttle telling them that they are about to enter the atmosphere. And that is when... I can hope this works.
I don't know if it hasn't loaded or if it's meant to be blackness.
Blackness. Total, complete blackness.
So our modifications to the shuttle didn't work.
So your modifications to the shuttle are working insofar as when you activate the shields and the ping goes out, the captain who's currently flying the shuttle, probably with Gurkow as co-pilot, you're seeing a return, and so you're getting a wireframe of the surrounding landscape, which when you first enter into the atmosphere isn't very much. So as you're descending gently in the shuttle, with the stabilizer giving you an idea of where down is, you are pretty much taken by the fact that whilst the pulses are going out and you're seeing that wireframe overlay on the shuttle's forward viewer pulse out, whilst they're not returning anything, all you can see and experience is nothing but an intense blackness around the shuttle. There's no real perception of up or down, except for the fact that the shuttle has got its own grav plating. But if you didn't have that, then you are essentially just contained in nothing but darkness. So,
with the lights on the shuttle, sorry, the shuttle, do we see ahead limitedly? Or does
very limitedly. If you activate the external lights, they do shine, but all you see is about 1 meter to 2 meters ahead of the shuttle, and that's it, which is virtually nothing. Now, there's evidence of what you could construe to be clouds as they are billowing past, as the lamps on the front of the shuttle are registering. So you can see them shining off of something ahead a little bit, but it's more like these dark wisps of blackness are just coming past and swallowing whatever the light is projecting outwards.
Matt?
Yeah?
Is this what we're seeing?
Oh.
How do I
like
word this without sounding like I'm just using 4-letter words? I can't, and for the sake of keeping this as a 12 rated show, I'm not gonna respond to that obvious rage bait.
I thought that was pretty good for me.
For you, yeah, sure, but I'd rather not have to see Justin, whatever
Justin
his name
Hawkins.
is. Sure, let's go with that.
I've seen the Darkness live a few times. They're quite good.
Sorry to hear that. Must have heard.
Oh, it was fantastic.
No, it's okay. You don't have to pretend. It's fine. You don't have to hurt. You won't be hurting anybody's feelings, Mark. Just let the truth out.
I particularly enjoy the song they did with Steel Panther, which is definitely not a 12 rated song.
Fine, fair, and good. Let's just say that the darkness has never been my cup of tea, and leave it there. Okay. Because I have respected some of the observations Mr. Justin Hawk has made on his YouTube channel, but I can't say I agree with everything he says, does, or sings for that matter. So I'm backing away before I get lost in my tangent again.
I was just doing a the darkness reference. I don't know anything about Justin Hawkins or what he says on his YouTube channel, so I just had to point that out.
It's fine. Moving swiftly. You see, I'm trying to move off topic here, but I keep getting dragged back.
Okay.
So
what
you
do
are
we
in the
see?
shuttle.
Okay.
There is a ping as the sonar registers something nearby. So I am going to ask for the captain to give me a... Let me see. Insight and con check, please. I want to see how fast the captain's reflexes are.
Daring and con, right? Please.
No, not daring and con. I want insight and con, please. But I will let you
Okay,
have...
that's actually slightly better!
Yep, I will let you have assistance from the shuttlecraft if...
to get
if
helm control.
Chris... Yes, please. Can give me... let's go with engines and con from the shuttlecraft, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Let's see what assistance Shutty can give us. Nice. Okay, not great, but we'll see how we do with the captain. One success overall. Okay, so there is a brief moment where the sonar ping, due to the density of the atmosphere currently, the sonar ping is actually the sonar distance, pardon me, is possibly a bit shorter than you would have otherwise liked, because out of nowhere, seemingly, a mountain range looms. And there's a sudden alarm that sounds in the cockpit from a potential collision. So the captain has just seconds to react as she realigns the heading of the shuttle to go over the mountain rather than slamming into it. Which is, that was a close call, but it seems that even with the modifications you've made, the silicate atmosphere is so dense that it is swallowing some of the sonar that is going out. So, proceeding further in requires more than a little bit of care. Nevertheless, that was your first scare, and at least allows you to be more cautious going on. I would like, from either the pilot or co-pilot, a reason and con task with a difficulty of 2 to find the Vulcan Expeditionary Group's outpost in relation to yourselves, so that you can plot a landing course. So this sounds to me like it's going to be Gurkow assisting, potentially.
Yes, please.
So I will have Merc, since you haven't rolled in a bit. If you could be Gurkow. Both Gurkow and the captain need to give reason and con. Now, whichever one of you wants to be the primary or the secondary, doesn't particularly matter.
I think the captain
You know
should be primary.
The sad part is, regardless on who's primary, it's going to be the same exact role because she has 3 con, 9 reason. I have 8 reason, 4 con.
Okay.
But you
so
have a
that's-
higher chance of a critical if you use a focus.
Yeah, I hate reason.
Yep, sure.
Extra vehicle activity as a focus for Gurkow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using
Okay.
helm controls for this, because dear lord.
Okay. That's good. That's really good. Add Gurkhas on top of that, and we are groovy.
I was so close to saying I was going to use my Star Cross to double. But I'm like, no, because if I get over 8,
You'd
it's
have
gonna
got,
be
you'd have got
pointless.
4. Yeah.
I know, but hindsight's 20/20.
Sure. But nevertheless, Gurkow and Captain Hopkins work together to try and plot your relative position based on that sudden mountain range popping up out of nowhere, and the angle of descent that you've made, and all the rest, the amount of time you've spent in the atmosphere to give yourselves an idea as to your relative position geographically compared to the surface below. And so working on that, you've got a fairly good idea where the Vulcan Science Outpost should be in relation to yourselves. And so, trusting to your calculations and your instrumentation, you begin the descent. But of course, the only thing that tells you exactly where anything is the short-range sonar ping, which starts to resolve slowly onto a flat yet rocky, bumpy surface, and before too long the sonar returns a more angular and therefore unnatural structure up ahead, which can only, you hope, be the Vulcan Science Outpost. And so, using the best of your abilities and your calm, you put the shuttle down on what you hope is the shuttle pad for the Vulcan Science Outpost, and with a clunk, you set down. And so, you will disembark, but before we do, I need to do a little something with your characters, because you will be going out into absolute total darkness, and the only thing that you will have to guide you will be the lights on your environmental suits. So give me a moment whilst I give you light sources, limited though they be. I will also do that for Gurkow, so that you can have that when Connie comes in. So this is Phlesk's light source. Pardon me, that was Sot's, not Phlesk's. This is Phlesk's. Oops. And Tavish. And finally, let me just check Dyneth. I need to engage vision for her. Could you put one? Here we go, let me check that. Yep, everything's looking good. Alright. The science outpost on the surface. So, let me read you a little something first. So, stumbling across the arid ground, your EV lights barely illuminating a meter in front of you, you finally find walls, cabling, and closed hatches. It seems like the Vulcan outpost lies abandoned, void of power. So, you may proceed. Obviously, this is the shuttle that you're currently... Yeah. Well, in, out, and on. There is a side hatch you can exit, but there's also the rear exit that you can go through. And, something I didn't do, which I should have done, is this. So, yes. Gurkow and Sot find a load of crates and stacks which suggest that this is indeed the loading area for the the landing pad. Tavish, you find what appears to be the external main power node that connects the base to the landing pad. system. Those of you who are making a circuit around the exterior, you find that the building has been torn up with breaches and tears all along the alloy-plated sides. Gurkow and Sot, you find that none of the doors are open. No emergency power, so doors would take some effort to open. At least manually. Any and all consoles, both on the landing pad and on the exterior, are dead. And your tricorder scans show not even life support functions inside of the building.
And they've also found this person. Hanging out.
Sot and Gurkow have made a discovery. It appears to be a Vulcan inside of a... Who's opening doors? My pardon. There appears to be a Vulcan in an environmental suit, but the sight that greets Gurkow and Sot is rather grim. The Vulcan... Well, actually, give me insight and medicine, please, Dr. Sot. The Vulcan is fully encased in an environmental suit. What are you looking for?
Okay, but I don't think so.
Trauma surgery, I'll let you go as a focus.
Thank you.
Because you are looking at trauma. Okay, 3 successes. My god. Alrighty. What did I need for that? 2, which means you get 1 over and above what was needed. So the Vulcan is encased in an EV suit, but the visor is smashed open, and the Vulcan has a look frozen on his face. His mouth is open. His tongue is swollen. His eyes are bulging. It's not a pretty sight. Scan of the body confirms that the Vulcan is very definitely dead, frozen inside of his apparently non-functioning EV suit. Cause of death appears to be asphyxiation rather than wounds or blunt force trauma, but there does appear to be damage to the EV suit, mostly on not only its visor, but also its power pack. As you can see, key power points, cabling have all been breached on the suit. No problem, Liz, thank you. So there's definite damage to the EV suit, but the Vulcan inside died due to asphyxiation. Likely due to the smashed visor, which meant that they were exposed to the atmosphere.
And we scan not just the dead body for other kind of DNA, but where the breaches are too.
Sure. You don't need a scan to be able to see. You can do a visual look, a visual scan of the damage to the EVs, and it's pretty obvious. As well as the visor being smashed open, the power pack on the back has essentially been torn. Whether there's any DNA evidence of anything biological or some such that may have, or someone who attacked them, unfortunately not. There are some odd traces of something, but it comes back as inconclusive. Meanwhile, Tavish, next to that power junction, which links the landing pad. That's the word I was trying to remember. The landing pad to the main building itself. This system shows is completely inert, but I would like you to give me insight and engineering, please, using power systems as a focus. Cool. Double nines, 2 successes. Giving the whole thing a once-over, it looks okay, but then towards the side that's currently in shadow, as you give it a look, you notice there's a breach in the casing. It looks like something punched through the outer casing and then ripped it open, and it's exposed the cables on the inside. Some of them have been pulled out of their usual placement, and some of the cables seem to suggest damage.
Does it look like it was like very violently opened?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was anything precision. Somebody punched a hole in the casing and then just tore open the casing from that breach. Just peeled it back.
Tavish is not going to try and fix it, because that is just... If something that strong, which is just ripped this open and then just ripped its inside, then Tavish trying to bring it back to life is probably not a good idea.
Besides which, main power to the main building itself is likely to be found on the inside.
Yeah.
That's when you join up with the others next to the body.
While they're doing that, can Hopkins attempt to open this door?
Absolutely. Let's see. We're going
With Dinah's help?
want fitness and security. With Dinah's help? Sure. Can I get... Mark, could you be Dineth, please? Fitness and security from Dineth.
Would any focuses help?
Physical exertion? I don't think so. No, not really. This is all brute strength.
Hand-to-hand combat with the door.
Quiet.
Oh.
Wow, we're just not on our game today.
Nope, nope. You are wearing EV suits, which means that your hands are a lot bulkier and they're covered in, gloves and whatnot. So trying to get your fingers, which otherwise would have been a good purchase point, especially Klingons with their long pointy fingers. You could have just pushed your fingers into the wedge and then pried it open, but unfortunately, since you've got EV suits, you're a lot clumsier.
Would you like me to use a plasma torch?
Oh no, I was going to get Phlesc to give it a strength go.
Oh,
you want a
because he's constantly in an EV suit. He should be used to the figures.
Well, quite.
Yep. It's going to be terrible.
Fitness and security, absolutely.
But yeah. After he's done training himself, plasma torch would be lovely. It's better than my idea of using my bat lift.
I'll be really lucky for this to actually work.
Well, look at that. You do manage to remember that there is, on most standard Federation doors, a panel with the manual override. So rather than having to dig your fingers in and prise the thing apart, flexing your pecs and your biceps, Phlesc actually remembers that if you just pull at this panel here, it flips open a little door with a crank handle. Now that crank handle can sometimes be pretty heavy, but nevertheless, Phlesc goes for the easier option, wrenches the handle, which makes the doors open just enough for everybody to put their hands inside and prise the doors apart, which means you can open the door and go inside. Now, Sot and Gurkow are still outside. And of course, Dyneth and the captain come across another Vulcan inside an EV suit. Now, obviously, this one has got the same problem. Smashed open visor. The power pack on the back of the EV suit has been essentially tampered with. Its casing has been ripped open and its cabling and power centers displayed. And this one also suffocated, but more than likely through the... if this Vulcan was wearing an EV suit indoors, they were either getting ready to go outside, or, as was just as likely, the life support inside of the building failed, and so they were exposed to the lack of environment in here. Either way, it's not easily able to tell which was the cause of death. Suffocation seems to be the thing from the rather horrible gasping look on this female Vulcan's face. Nevertheless, Tavish, you have found the main power plant, currently inert, shows some damage. There's also the primary computer systems and scanning equipment that the science team were using.
Let's try and fix this bad boy.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah, if we can get the power back on, it'd be great.
Now,
So we did find at least the 2 people.
Now, Tavish, the main problem you can tell here is that it's not just simply a task of cranking the power on. There needs to be emergency power gotten at from somewhere to initiate the base's power supply. But it's even the backup batteries are completely inert. You would need to essentially feed this building power from somewhere that already has an existing power supply.
Which is basically the thing outside, which I will probably need to fix as well.
I was thinking more your shuttle.
Oh. Okay. How much... Can I ask a question? How much power does the shuttle have? And will it be able to...
Well, a shuttle is warp capable, so we're talking its own miniature warp core, which, you know, has a fair amount of juice, and a set establishment like this doesn't need that titanic levels of power. So siphoning off some of the power from the core of your shuttle shouldn't do too much to the shuttle itself.
I'm going to go out to the shuttle then. Tell Phlesc to stop having a look at the actual power, the main power system. See if there's anything wrong with it before I start connecting the shuttle to the power system.
Okay, so
I also want to put a safeguard for the shuttle as well. So if there is any feedback towards the shuttle, basically the connection gets severed.
Or surge protected.
Well, not severed. Yeah, surge protected, basically.
Gotcha. Trasa will grab the body and take them to the ship. Well, you're going to take them to the shuttle, yeah? Is?
Yeah. Take the bodies to the shuttle.
Folks have come across a front and a door that does lead to the shuttle a lot more expeditiously, but of course having to get through every door at the moment requires prizing them all open, so as I lock them to make sure you can't just do that. So you would have to...
This one.
You can prize open that one with Well, you know, you can give me a fitness and engineering test to use the manual override crank on that.
Oh, I haven't got focus in this.
Strangely. But one success is fine. Turning a handle is not a difficult thing. There you are, so you can prise that door open and you find... Yes.
Oh, more doors.
More doors. Lots and lots of more doors.
Alright, can I open this one as well?
Yes, please. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. So, yep.
Hi.
Tavish appears at the door to the main area. And yeah, there are obviously computer interface banks here, but there's no power, so being able to access anything is futile at this particular point, because there's absolutely no power whatsoever. Can I get Phlesc while Trasa is taking the bodies back, and Tavish is having a look at essentially feeding power from the shuttle? Phlesc can give me insight and engineering, please, to give the place a once-over.
Sure. I do have a focus in power systems.
Yeah, so... Da-da-da. So, from some of the wire scorching that you can see, it seems that some kind of unexpected power flow happened that caused some kind of system malfunction. But that shouldn't on its own have drained all the power from the main reactor or the backup batteries. So something odd definitely went on here, some kind of unregulated power transfer maybe that caused a short in some of the systems, but what could possibly have drained all of the power out of the systems is currently not that clear. But from your cursory examination, a little bit of work, a bit of improvisational whatever, should allow you to, after Tavish is done plugging the power in from the shuttle, to be able to slowly power the outpost back up again.
Yeah, I want to do the repairs to get it working, but once I've done the repairs, before we switch it on, I want to try and find the possible place that the power was diverted to or from.
Well, that's what I asked for the insight and engineering from. It's not obvious. There's some damage to some of the wiring, and in some cases the casing, like something tried beating at the casing of some of the power systems in order to prise them open.
Okay.
But it's not obvious.
Okay, so the drain's probably not going to continue once we switch it on.
You don't think so?
Don't think so. Okay, I'm going to do the repairs then. Is that another roll?
Well, let's first see what jury rigging, or essentially bringing out a power cable from the shuttle to the and attaching it to the main power center of this of the structure's reactor should be sufficient, as long as
This cable's really heavy.
Why didn't you put the roll of the cable on anti-grav sled?
sled.
That would have been much easier.
Because the corridor's too thin. I couldn't get.
It's on a roll. You could have rolled the cable reel. You didn't have to pick it up.
She just looks down.
Or you could have got a Klingon to help you.
It's one of those moments where you think, for a smart person, you can be very dumb. All right.
Anyway.
So yeah, grabbing a shunt cable to feed power from the shuttle to this system, I'm not going to require a roll for that. That's pretty standard stuff. You're essentially trying to jumpstart this thing. So what I want from you guys should be Go on, sorry.
Have we made sure that the black clip and the red clip are on the same part of the battery?
Well, let's see. Control and engineering, difficulty 3, mostly because you are wearing bulky EV suits and your manual dexterity isn't as good as it usually is.
Was it control or was it daring?
Control. This is fine manipulation skills you are needing here.
Power systems as a focus?
Yep, absolutely, that'll do.
Oh, who's taking lead and who's not?
Yeah, that's my question.
I can take lead, and I will use the star cross on this particular case. So, focus, dedicated focus, 2 rolls.
Alrighty. I just get 1.
And it was a good job.
It was a good job. That wasn't.
Maintenance specialist. What the hell? That's a hell of a sound.
When you create an engineering task, you ignore the first complication on any engineering task. Okay, marvelous. So that complication is ignored. 2 successes made. You required 3. So, unless you want to succeed at cost, or you want to spend an ability or a determination to re-roll, you have not achieved success.
I don't know if I've got anything which is going to help me re-roll, except for the determination. Let me have a look. Nope.
What about Phlesc?
When allied characters spend determination, I may spend 3 momentum to get you to regain that determination. So we are trading your determination for 3 momentum. So if you use your determination to re-roll, I can then use my executive officer.
Everybody else
we're in communication.
Okay, I've spent a determination to re-roll.
Alright, remember to make a note of that in your log. This is episode... where are we now, actually? We 38? But this episode is called Darkness, strangely enough.
Episode 38. Okay.
You don't seem to be referencing anything specific, just the fact that you want to use one of your values. Where there's a will, there's
Pool
a
in
way.
a crisis.
Crisis, yeah.
It's not positive. Is it positive, negative, or?
Doesn't matter. It's just a use. I suppose it's a positive.
Okay. All right. I have used it.
In that case, -3 momentum to allow.
Oh. Hold on.
To give you that determination back, essentially. Mark has removed 3 momentum, so Tavish gets that determination point back.
You get to re-roll. If you've got any things you can stack on, other than that.
Hold on.
I think he's writing out his...
His thingy.
His doodah, what's name? And yes, you get to re-roll that 20.
Okay.
So there is an option to reroll right under the result.
When Tavish uses one of her values to spend or gain momentum, you may also add 1 momentum to the group pool.
I'm re-rolling. Ooh, I like this. Press on re-roll where you
Yep.
you thingy, and it says which dice do you want to re-roll.
Oh, that 20, please. Yeah, that is good.
That 20.
That is nice. It's a 17, so it's still not awesome, but it's better than a complication.
It's still a success, and that's the main
That's
thing.
a success.
That's the 3 we needed, wasn't it?
That's the 3 you needed.
Yep.
Alrighty. So you managed to successfully pin down. So it seems the electroplasma power system overloaded due to a massive unregulated transfer of power. So it takes you two working together to try and integrate your solution with the Vulcan systems. It was made more difficult by the darkness and the fact that you're wearing EV suits, but you have overcome that. So this means that power can come back online.
Just wanted to check, because Tavish spent determination, does Faith of the Heart kick in and we get 1 momentum back?
I will say probably, yes. As I unlock these doors.
That is a lot of sounds.
That is a lot of sounds all going off at once. I do apologise for that, but there we go. And not only that, but with power comes lights. Ring. Let's turn the lights on first. There's the sound of air scrubbers coming online as atmosphere starts getting fed into the outpost. The exterior, of course, is still dark. What was that you were going to say, Dave?
Can I have a look on the computer systems?
Yes. So if you want to recover the computer systems, it is reason and engineering with a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Captain, you found the toilets.
She has found all the rooms.
I found a room filled with plants.
Can I get the Denaf?
What are you asking, sorry?
Is it
Dynef
or Denaf? Dynef to come and give me a hand.
Sure. Dyneth doesn't really have anything to do with computers on her list, and reason and engineering. Well, her reason's 7, but her engineering is 4, so that's not too bad, I suppose, if you want Dyneth to help.
Yeah, you know.
Liz, if I could get you to be Dyneth, then please. Go on, sorry, Chris. Someone else saying something?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
No, that was me.
Oh, is it you? Is it?
Yeah.
I do.
I just like how Dyneth now has 2 Type 2 faces. I don't know how that happened.
Everything's been
or
doubled
2 EV
somehow.
suits.
Yeah, okay. Just delete one of them, it's fine.
She's double protected.
Computers as focus.
Computers as focus.
Okay, so engineering and
Reason.
Reason. There it is. Oh, she ain't the best in reason.
One
That's
success.
what we needed.
2 success. Okay, that was enough. The computer systems are now online. And so, you have access to the main computer. What would you like to do with it?
Check logs.
Check logs. You can indeed find many, many logs. Vulcans, after all, are extremely efficient, and it appears they keep logs about everything. And as such, there are a shed load of logs. However...
Why do I ever feel like there's a bathroom schedule too?
Well, I'm going to go with more than likely. Give me a second. 47253. This is 5. 25 makes it 25 versus 19 makes it 25 versus 19 would probably make it a week. Okay. All right then. These are the logs you find. That are of most interest, anyway. They are the later ones, rather than the boring ones. Log 1 week ago. Establishing base camp, we have deduced the planet's semi-major axis as 0.03556 AU. Orbital eccentricity of 0.0018, orbital period of 2.47063 days, a rotational period of 6.125 hours, and an orbital inclination of 83.57. The day-night period will take some adjustment. Log following day. This morning, several unidentified objects fell and impacted the surface of the planet, producing substantial shockwaves, which has impaired some of our equipment, most notably sensors. Whilst first thought of as large meteorites, scans detect life signs, and as such, an exploratory team has been selected to investigate the phenomena. The nearest impact site is a day's travel by desert flyer. I have not been selected. Next log. We have not heard from the exploratory team today. We will attempt to re-establish communications by transmitting every 3 hours with the standard call and response procedure. Next log. A storm has begun to move in on our position. An intensely thick, black storm. The sensors are measuring sudden electrostatic discharges from its strange composition. This weather was not detected in orbit by initial surveys, so I must continue to try and gain telemetry, though as noted in my previous log, the sensor equipment has been functioning at 37.51% efficiency since the impacts. Next log. The atmospheric phenomenon is all around us now, having entirely replaced the composition of the Class H atmosphere of the planet previously. No contact has been made with the exploratory team, and I am uncertain our communications have been penetrating the atmospheric phenomenon. We have decided to activate a distress call to alert Starfleet to our situation. There is also a supplementary log that follows the final log. But this one seems a lot more strained. Expedition log. Supplemental. We are under attack from an unknown alien species. They have inflicted breaches to the structure of the buildings and main power is offline. Environmental controls are failing. I have ordered Valar to prepare the EV suits. There is a pause, followed by the sound of phaser fire and an alien-sounding scream, as well as the sounds of an EV suit pressurizing. This log will be our last here. We will... And it cuts off there. There's the muffled sound of crunches and more alien screams before the computer closes the log. I haven't lost everybody, have I? Or are you just waiting for somebody else to say something?
No. Tavish is going to be kind of hit back with the fact that she's just heard of all that.
Dyneth gives Tavish like a bit of side eye and leans in. At which point she whispers just to Tavish over a private channel. I think you're a liar. I don't think you hate Klingons at all. I'll keep that between us.
It carries on with her work.
I will hasten to note... Go on, sorry.
Kind of gives her a glare. And goes back to work.
So, I will note that life support hasn't yet been established here inside of the... life support hasn't been brought fully on inside of the establishment, so you're still limited to your EV suits if you want to be able to breathe. The plants in that room that you've just entered, Captain, are all pretty much withered and dead, which stands to reason because they are left without light, without air, without heat. So the plants have all essentially been starved and flash frozen. Well, not flash frozen. But nevertheless.
Can we take the records of their initial scans of this like pitch blackness?
Sure. I'm going to say that if you want to give a more detailed scan and see what you can learn, then you're going to need somebody who's better at science. Possibly with Dr. Sot as well.
5.
Yeah, I can give that a go.
Can we get a Dr. Sot and a Gurkhan to do it?
Well. Dr. Sot's not going to have any foci, and unless Gurkhan did the reading, so spending a momentum, she won't get any foci either. But you do have 3 momentum in the pool, so...
I've got no problem with that.
Okay. If both Dr. Sot and Gurkhan are doing it, then I am going to ask... Who hasn't rolled recently? Liz? Can I get you to roll for Gurkhan, please? Assuming, of course, Liz is here. Yep, you are. Okay. So, for both Gurkhan and Sot, I would like reason and science. Like I said, no focus really, unless Gurkhan spends momentum 2. So Dr. Sot rolls 2, which means Gurkhan's rolling 1.
Any focuses?
Only if you spend momentum to do the reading.
Momentum's there to be spent.
Yeah, spend it.
Yeah, I get, yeah.
In which case, she counts as using science and can use it as if she was using a focus.
Yay!
Let's see what we get. That's good. 3 successes overall. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright, from analysing the scan telemetry that was taken from the Vulcan Science Outpost, which, considering that they're equipped with more detailed and bulky science equipment brings back some interesting findings. The initial storm front, which carried that blackness, they scanned as having a high silicate particle complement, which evidently is what has encircled the entire planet. But it seems that the let me get the actual tech speak here. The silicate gas, the silicon ions, pardon me, have bonded with oxygen, which is what's rendered the air unbreathable. But not only that, the silicate ions at a quantum level are absorbing light waves, which is what has all of a sudden plunged everything into darkness and sub-zero temperatures. So whatever's causing it wasn't present on the planet when the Vulcan science team started. It certainly seemed to occur not long after their record of the unidentified objects which fell to the surface. So, I should also point out that the problems with the planet's poles, electromagnetic poles, starting around about the same time. As the science team sensors indicated electromagnetic disruption.
What was that again?
Essentially, the electromagnetic disruptions in the atmosphere, as well as the silicon particles that are causing the darkness, all seemed to occur at around about the same time.
So, for a kind of not common sense, but you know what I mean. From the logs and everything, and the scans, then it seems like these silicon particles came with, and unknown aliens came with the meteors down to the planet.
Almost like their own version of terraforming attempt.
Yeah. Can we try and track life signals down here?
You could try, but there's the problem of the geomagnetic disturbance, which you would have to find a way of compensating for if you wanted to get any detailed scans further out than a few kilometers.
Can we have a crack at that?
That's reasonable. What I'm going to say is that you are probably going to need an extended task to work this. Now, they have changed the way extended tasks are represented, so let's see if I can get that to actually work now. So let's see. Work progress. Aha. So herein lies an extended task. So the first thing you are going to probably have to work on is... you are looking for a way of cancelling out the geomagnetic anomalies. So, anything you think that could be used to do this? To you guys, how do you want to proceed?
We would probably want to know where they're originating from and how it's impacting it, and then do the opposite. But I don't know how to do that.
Well, the first thing you're probably going to want to try and approach then is the main thrust of your problem, which is the silicate gases. So you're going to have to find a way of getting around, of computing around that. So anything to do with bypassing that kind of stuff. There was an ooh.
Yeah, sorry, there was a thought I had before the suggestion of scanning. With the silicate gases, do we know if it's something that's been emitted once and there, or is continuously being emitted, something that's self-replenishing?
You don't, and that's part of the reason why you probably want to overcome the geomagnetic anomalies, so you can find that out.
Yeah. Let's put it on reverse and suck all the silicate back out. Okay.
Well...
So we want to get around the silicate blocking signal.
Yep.
That's only for scanning above ground. If we're doing the same sonar technique but just sort of thudding the ground, we could start getting scans from vibrations.
Okay.
And if it's geological or disturbance, that should still work, because we're looking for disturbances on the ground or lower.
Sure.
That's my thought. I'm thinking
Anybody
like
wanna add to
the thumpers from Dune, or tremors going further back.
Graboids, yes, indeedy. Okay, sure. Anybody wants to give that a go? Modify sensors in order to emit along the ground as a wave rather than a standard sensor scan. Can feel free to attempt to alter the sensors as such. So
I feel this is a bit more experimental, so I have a focus in
Absolutely.
experimental technology.
So anybody
Cool.
who wants to get involved here, including like the captain getting it to inspire people to do what they're doing, to just give general orders as to you go there, you do this.
Yeah, she'll inspire. She'll also use dip 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 do.
Commanding officer. Spend a determination to grant another character you communicate with determination. Right. And you
Okay,
engage
so
the
I-
pact. Okay.
And this does not have to be linked to any of their values.
Nope, nope, nope.
Cool.
And then just to see certain thing. Okay, so I need to roll a d20 and hope it's under my control.
Off you go. That's a 5. I think that's way under your control. So you spend it, but you also regain it. So there you go. Neato.
Okay.
Which means
so-
whoever's engaging in this modification gets a free determination, essentially.
Well, I'm going to say I'm going to do it, because I'm going to start doing shenanigans. So, in the nick of time, whenever I succeed at an engineering task, I can increase the impact by 1.
Sure.
But I've got a determination, so we'll be spending that. But in addition to that, I've also got a star cross to use, and a Starfleet Medal of Honor.
Blimey.
On a successful task, get 2 bonus momentum. Yeah. And then I will, if everyone's okay with that, I will steal a momentum to roll the maximum number of dice, I think is at that point. So I'm rolling 1 plus determination plus 1.
The
So 3 dice.
determination replaces one of the dice, so you don't need to count the determination at all.
Oh, so 2. So I'm rolling 3 dice with a determination.
Sure.
Cool.
So check all the boxes, basically. But remember to put 3
and
dice.
it's which rolls? So it's engineering and not that it matters for the roll, but for the role play.
Reason and engineering. Oh yeah, you're using your smarts for this.
Cool. Right. 3 dice, all the boxes ticked. I love these rolls.
Shiny dice, 4 successes. Which means you get exactly what you needed on the difficulty, which is pretty difficult. So, we use your engineering as how much you did, which in this case is 5, but you also get 1 extra, which means you made
2
breakthrough.
bonus momentum, and 2 bonus momentum to spend on another impact, because I can't bank that bonus momentum.
Alright, 1 extra impact. And determination, of course, was thrown in there, which was what gave you all of those. Lovely, lovely. Right, first breakthrough made. Yeah, so this silicate gas has never been recorded naturally, and was definitely not present on the planet during initial scans. So yeah, terraforming definitely seems like whoever mentioned it, which I think was you. Terraforming seems to be a very, very likely candidate for what's going on here. But as a result, the difficulty for this extended task now gets lowered down to 3 as a result of that rather massive breakthrough. Nice. Next, you are looking at trying to link the silicate gas and the geomagnetic anomalies itself. So that sounds like science to me. So this could very well be a Gurkau and Sot job again. So, Dave, I don't know if you want to jump in as Gurkau for this.
Yeah, can do.
I suggest Gurkau lead and Sot assist with 1 dice.
What we're doing?
Again,
Cool.
Sot I don't think has any foci that can be added here. It's just his scientific brains power we want here. Gurkau, similarly, reason and science. She doesn't really have anything except for the God stat, and I'm not sure that applies here because you're going into unfamiliar territory. Again, if you want her to be able to roll with a focus, you can spend a momentum so that she uses did the reading. You've got 1 success, you need 2 more.
How much momentum have we got?
By the looks of it, 2.
2.
Nah. It's always
We
good
trust
to,
in Gurkau's talent, do we? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm
Wicked.
trusting Gurkha.
It seems that trust was short. I needed 3 successes. You've given me 2. So, unless there's anything you would like to do to re-roll something,
Can we bring Tavish in?
at the cost of a momentum.
Yes.
It feels like it's needed.
Also, yeah. Can I?
Could have used one of her
I
star
would
crosses.
like.
Actually.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have worked. Actually-
I would like to use Advisor.
Which allows you to re-roll a d20. Okay,
Yes, but I have to use Command instead of Science.
that's fine. You can start telling them, what kind of commands and analytical data to use. I will also note that if Gurkau uses one of her star crosses, that changes the 4 from 1 success to 2.
I just wanted to use my advisor. I hardly get to use it, so she can.
But if you want to
that
use your
18.
advisor, then let's let you do your advisor, which is you're going to be using command and science for this. 1 dice.
And then
Command and science. You mean reason?
Yes.
Command.
Reason and science. Yeah, sorry. Reason and reason and command. Yeah, okay. I got it the wrong way around. My pardon.
I haven't got a focus in this either.
No, I'm afraid not.
Hold on. Let me bring that down one.
That is a 19, so you probably want to re-roll that one.
Oh no, the assistant character. So I'm assisting.
Yes.
Um,
The assisted character may
Gurkha.
re-roll a d20, so you can either re-roll that 19 or you can re-roll the Gurkhau's 18, but I would recommend you re-roll your 19. Because that's as far away from a success you want to get.
No, it's the assisted. The assisted character may re-roll. Tavish cannot re-roll.
yeah, it has to be Gurkhal's 18 that's re-rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't read the text properly. So, yeah. Whoever rolled for Gurkhau needs to re-roll that. That's better. That's a lot better. In fact, that is so much better.
I don't know why it said
we gave it to
Tavish. I did roll. Yeah, I don't know why.
You were selected when you pressed the button, even though it was thingies that was re-rolled.
Okay.
So, with Dr. It wasn't Dr. Sot, was it? Yes, it was. It was Dr. Sot's 1 and Gurkhau's 1. They then re-rolled and stuff. So cool. Which means we use, well, either Gurkhau or Dr. Sot's science of 5. Gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there.
Back as well.
What was that, sorry?
We got the momentum back as well.
You got a momentum back as well, yes, yes. You didn't use... actually... Do you have anything in regards to maximum stress? Know my ship. Giving her all she's got. Miracle worker. Engineering task. Become an extended task. But this was science.
Yes.
So not. Okay. Alright. But that does give us a next breakthrough, which means that it seems the silicate acts as a catalyst for the fluctuations in the magnetic field, though it's unclear at the moment why the fluctuations are occurring. It also, you can also discover that the gas is concentrated at several sites around the planet at the moment.
Do we know where they are specifically, like the coordinates?
Only the logs indicate that there were impacts. Doesn't suggest where. Actually,
there any
my
data?
mistake. Hold on a second. Let me reread that. We have not heard from exploratory today. This morning, several identified objects have been put at the surface on the planet producing some They do have coordinates, actually. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to send out a team to investigate. My mistake.
Fantastic. Can we send this data up to the ship and get them to shoot phases onto where these thingies are? These meteors are.
Not at present. You need to fully overcome this extended task in order to get communications back online, because this is to overcome the geomagnetic interference.
Okay.
I will ask the needed question in regards to that plan when we get there, I think. So the next thing we want to address is... well, you know that the silicate is absorbing light at a quantum level. Now it's a time to apply some quantum science to have a look at that. So this seems like more science.
Dr. Stott and Gurkha have had this, so...
But this time, I'm going to say Gurkha can actually use her probability focus because she has come across quantum mechanics before. So she knows how to use this. So,
is it Gurkha leading the assist with Sut?
Yeah, sure. So let's have... Who hasn't rolled yet? Liz, you haven't rolled in a bit. Do you want to go for Gurkha, please?
Sure.
So
Okay.
she's rolling 2 dice, reason and science with focus. Sot is just using his plain old brains. What do you mean plain? There's nothing plain about Dr. Sot. And yes, once again, his scientific know-how is a boon. So Gurkha only needs 2 successes.
Have we used any of her star crosses yet, or no?
No, not at all.
Well,
Okay,
I've
she
used
has
one,
2.
but
Now would be the time.
Yeah, she has 2, so I'm going to use 1.
Cool, cool. So remember to tag that she's using dedicated focus. As well as
And she's
focus.
leaking.
Those dice. I can't read them. Well, blimey. Well, who dog? Right, that's 5. The thing was 2. You gain 2 momentum from that. Once again, we use Gurkha's science of 5 to boost us past another breakthrough. Right, yes, so the silicate gas is altered at the quantum level, which is how it's absorbing the light, and it's affecting subspace communications in the same way. So now you've got an idea how it's working, you can definitely start applying it to overcome the communications barrier. The last thing you need to do is to try and deal with the magnetic interference itself, the electrostatic energy in the atmosphere, which is complicating sensors. So anything to do with that will be the final hurdle. So this sounds like it could be either science or engineering at this point, so it's whomever can come up with an idea and wants to implement it. Or if you can't come up with an idea, then at the very least, you know, some pseudo-scientific track talk justification for giving us a roll will do.
are we bypassing or fixing?
Bit of both.
Okay.
You're having to overcome the limitations of the current equipment in some fashion or other in order to overcome the interference and the barrier it is creating. So,
I'm just gonna.
whomever wants to volunteer for it.
I'm gonna volunteer for it. Going to fix up the equipment here so we can just account for the absorption and just either keep increasing power or use the new vibration shock to make up whatever we're losing above ground.
Now this would require more to do with sensors and communications, of which you have none, really, so
Yeah.
this is going to be talent alone.
Yep. I'm hoping that the repairing bit I could try and justify using engineering rather than my
Good
com.
job.
Cool. Just give a reason.
And anything else you want to throw into it?
I don't really have much.
Do you want me to come and help, as Tavish?
Yeah, you might as well, because I can't do my focus dump of awards because I don't have anything.
Do you want me to take advisor?
No, because because I'm using engineering, I can undo a bad roll,
Okay, so
or at least ignore it.
Is it reason and engineering?
Yeah.
Okay, dokie. Oh, hold on.
Holding on.
Oops.
That's 2. That's good. Need 1 more.
No focuses here, is there?
Not really.
Nope.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
There we go.
Means we use Phlesk's engineering plus more plus everything else gives us the full Monty. And so, yes, it allows you, the last change allows you to now map the shifting magnetic poles and electrostatic, energy in the atmosphere to a degree that will allow sensors and communications to be calibrated to compensate. So you now have an advantage, which we will call geomagnetic mapping, that you can utilize to cancel any difficulty increases to sensors due to the darkness or the geomagnetic anomalies. So, yes, you've now opened up the possibility of using sensors and communications on the outposts systems.
Okie dokie.
You wanted to find those sites. There is evidence of a nearby one that the Vulcans went to, but now you've got sensors back online, you could try looking for them.
Yeah, can we do a life I can't even say it.
Life scan? Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, find out where all the locations
for
are.
life
And,
forms.
Life forms.
so we want to identify all the locations and scan for life forms at those locations.
Sure. If you want to do it using rolls so you can build up your momentum pool again? Or do you just want to do a passive scan?
Max, let's do a passive scan. We've got a near enough full pool.
Okay. Getting more information. You find that there are several fresh impact craters dotting the surface all over the planet. Nearly 100 in all, we estimate. But scanning for life forms, large life forms, can be detected across the planet. Initial scans indicate that these life forms are 5 meters across and twice as long, and appear to be airborne. There is evidence...
Horrifying.
Yes, there's evidence...
Oh no, the grubloids have learned how to fly.
...that further Vulcan bodies can be found in the area, but you would need to pinpoint it with control and science in order to pinpoint them, either by using their EV suit materials or their Vulcan DNA. But since they're dead, you can't actually locate them using life science, so...
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
How
say
would you
this
like
sounds
to...
like...
I keep interrupting you, Dave. I'm so sorry. I'm going to shut up.
So, I was gonna say, this sounds like a job for Dr. Sock.
Life.
And Gurkha again.
The dream team. The sciences.
Now, this is going to be difficulty 4 due to its specificity, so getting some assistance here is all using as many of the big your big talents as you possibly can would probably be a good idea.
Would you like me to come and help again?
Potentially. What's the sort of like criteria going to be? The attributes and the disciplines in there?
Roll and science this is going to use with a difficulty of 4.
My control is top, so it's 12, and my science is 4, so at 1 above top.
Whereas Sot's control is 9, but his science is 5, so...
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Sot's cultural studies do actually come into play here because you know what to look for in regards to Vulcan-specific EV suits.
Thank you. Just looking up at my talents at the moment.
Sure.
Let's have a look.
The good thing about talents now is that you just have to hover over them and you get the lowdown.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice that you're... actually, no, that's for medicine. Ah, dang it, never mind. That's medicine. Strange, that. You do have a star-crosser you can use if you want to double your focus range from 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Everything else
Okay.
seems to use medicine.
Okay. How do I still really actually use, like, besides losing
Well,
a
yeah,
bonnet?
you've rarely used them, but all we do really is just announce that you're using it, and if you want to, I mean, you've only got one, so as long as we remember that you've actually used your one and only, it's fine. But some folks here occasionally edit the name, so they put a little tick or a star next to it just to represent that they've used it. It's up to you. Like I said, you've already got the one, so you don't necessarily.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll do my control and science.
Remember to check the
probably
box that says you're using a focus and the one beneath it that says dedicated focus.
2 of them. Cool, thank you. Right.
Do we want a Gurkha or a Tavish, or do we want both?
You need to make up 2 successes here, so that's
Yeesh.
the question.
But both.
Okay.
You need to use a single momentum if you want both of them involved in this. So, all right. Liz, you all right with carrying on being Gurkha for the minute? Or should we throw in a mark? Let's throw in a mark.
Okay. I was going to say, let's flip a coin, but alright.
First to respond, so mark in this case. So, yeah, reason and... Was it, it was control and science. Control and science from Gurkha.
Cool.
And from Tavish, unless you've got something up your sleeve there, Dave?
We're scanning bodies, right? And from Gurkhal's perspective, a Vulcan would be xenobiology rather than just biology.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Totally.
Cool. And am I rolling 2 or 1?
Just the 1, because you are assisting. Dr. Sott has already rolled 2.
Boosh.
Oh,
That's a 10, that's another success, so Tavish only needs
Okay.
to make up for 1.
Alright, I'm going to do control and science. I was going to do advisor, but I don't think we need that. So I can use my Starcross if you want to.
Your focus first.
Oh, I haven't got a focus. There you go.
So unless you can add something else...
I don't think no. It's alright, it's cool. Let's do this all on talent.
You could
Or-
add
or
another
talent.
dice if you wanted to spend a momentum, which would bring us to the maximum of 5.
Anybody okay, everybody okay with that?
Yeah, crack on.
Alrighty.
Alright, 2
You
dice.
can roll 2 dice. You
There we
need
go.
1 more success, just 1. And we managed it!
Oh, I nearly got 2 successes there.
You nearly did, but not quite. Alright, well done. Using either the specific materials found inside of a Vulcan's EV suit or their specific DNA, you managed to pinpoint the Vulcan science team that was sent out to the crater that's 1,000 kilometers from the base camp. So you've now got a specific location. So, what's the plan?
Grav cart time, I think.
Yes, grav cart time. Yeah.
It would be a shame not to use them now that you've got them, yes.
Grav cart time.
So there's definitely the presence of Vulcan bodies in the vicinity of that crater. So, yeah, you've got a destination to go to, and the means by which to travel there fairly rapidly without having to take the shuttle. So that is a good point and idea. Yes. Anything else?
Can we also power down the station as well?
Ah, interesting.
Because from what Tavish has seen, yeah, these things do not like, I don't know, electromagnetic interference and stuff like that. So powering down this facility and making sure that our shuttle is also powered down before we head off is probably a good idea. Also, she's going to point out that when we do use the grav sleds, yeah, we are going to be she believes we're going to be a painted target.
Interesting. All right. Anyone else with anything they want to do before you set out?
I want to with my theory that these things do not like. Oh no, because it's just point. No, because I don't. I have these things are massive, so no, it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I wanted to create some kind of weapon to take these things on, but these things are absolutely massive.
If they don't like EM, you could make flashbangs.
Yeah, but I don't know if they don't like EMs or they're attracted to EMs. That's the with
Both would
everything.
work. Because if you throw a flashbang,
yeah. Oh.
they'll be distracted or attracted.
It seems Mark is trying to talk you into something here, Doug.
Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh, do you have the materials though?
Well, we are in a place. We are in a place with stuff in it. So let's Frankenstein this.
I was thinking more having to use the replicator in the shuttle, because this is a science outpost. Everything around here is geared towards science. I mean,
Yeah,
these
but
people
this
didn't
is
even have weapons.
all right. This is Tavish. She made a bomb out of a phaser. I'm sure she can.
I hasten to point out that the phaser was already a weapon, and therefore making it a weapon that can do one thing to a weapon that can do something else wasn't that big a stretch. All I'm saying is trying to find scientific equipment to create a flashbang out of might be a little more time-consuming or problematic than just asking for an EM stun grenade from the replicator of your
unless you're just going to turn a phaser into a very big grenade, because that's still going to be a flash and a bang.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, hold on. No. Seeing as we've put power into this facility,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Has the batteries and the backup batteries started? Did they start charging?
Yes.
How charged are they?
I would say probably about 25% at this point.
A battery's going to be less of a flashbang and more the beacon
no,
of Minas Morgul.
No. I'm thinking about having this science facility as a massive beacon. So
yeah,
this is shown as a massive beacon while we're heading off to
elsewhere. Okay.
Elsewhere.
So you want to leave the power on?
What do other people think?
That's actually what I was getting at. You're turning it into this. I want to post it in the Discord. Oh god, I hate it when it does that. Boop. Copy image.
So, Liz, Chris, your thoughts and feelings on the proposed plan?
I'm waiting for the image that Mark's about to, but I sort of like the idea of turning it into a big lighthouse or something. If I'm understanding that correctly.
That's the beacon of what's it, Minas Morgul.
Yeah. I'm literally trying to do, just make it like a massive beacon, so it is this distraction. I said, Tavish may be completely and utterly wrong with this, by the way. She is taking an educated guess with all the things which are, have that
basically note, if we leave this night as a beacon, are we leaving the shuttle?
Oh, we're leaving the shuttle, aren't we? Yeah.
You know, our only way off?
I wasn't going to say nothing, but now you mention
Yep. 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 Okay,
Well,
we can't do it. Well, we
Well,
can't do
we
that.
we all don't need to be on the.
But these things are flying as well, so and they, for I guess they can actually see in this darkness. We can't. And perfectly honest with you, all right. Let's go to the flashbang idea. I think that's better. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine turning off the light, on and off the light right now.
There's me turning the lights on and off.
We've got a 25% charged battery and 2 grav sleds. You can have one grav sled with a battery and a beacon.
But the captain's
going one
already.
way.
Yeah, but the captain's already brought back 2 dead bodies. If we're let's.
But they're on the shuttle.
Yes, but we're going to go to where there are more dead bodies.
And that's what the other sled's for.
Yeah.
This is the worst day out ever.
So all I'm saying is that the captain just dumps the bodies off I keep wanting to say bobsled, anti-grav sled 1. That's going to be used as distraction. Anti-grav sled 2 is the one we'll take to the bodies. We don't have to ride them. I know you made it as a rideable one. We can walk alongside it once we pick up the bodies.
No, I made it so we could ride. That's what we're doing.
And we're going to ride
Bob the anti-grav sled.
the bob. We can ride it to the destination.
Oh,
and then walk back.
We can take them both. We can take them both, just for the simple fact that if you're wanting to take the batteries and stuff with us, yeah, and MacGyver it into some sort of like another big distraction where we can place it somewhere and then ride off into the sunset while doing the bravely thing of running away.
I hasten to point out that the backup batteries of these big ass things over here.
Okay, all right.
So loading that onto an anti-grav sled is gonna be a job.
I was gonna say something. Let's just do the flash, the EM.
Right,
Flashbangs.
you will notice that in Tavish's weapons I have put pulse grenade. That's the closest equivalent I can find to essentially a stun grenade. So we will go with that.
How many of them have I got?
Let's go with 3.
Can I also give 3 to and she'll be hesitant to actually give these to them, to both our Klingon crewmates. Well, one Klingon crewmate and our Klingon captain, because they've got strong arms.
I'm downtown. Okay. Well then, whether or not this fantastic plan actually manages to work or not, we will have to wait until next week to find out. Because unfortunately we have run out of time. But I am assuming that everybody is going to be alright for next week, and a week should be enough time hopefully for Connie to get better.
Yeah, I think unfortunately next week she is out then with like friends for another sort of plan, so like it might just be me again.
Okay.
Obviously, if anything, if I got that wrong, I'll let you know in the Discord, but it might just be me again next week.
Sure, no problem. Okay, everybody else though okay?
That should be good.
Should be cool.
Yeah, I'll be good for next week.
I am very concerned with this plan. I hope it works, but I'm concerned.
Well, that must mean you're doing something right then, eh?
I'm so glad you reminded me of the shuttle, because I completely forgot it.
I was thinking, our only way of escape, because we can't really teleport ourselves off, is here.
Well, folks, unfortunately we're going to have to call it there because of time, but yes, we will find out what happens with this fabulous plan next week. But until that time, yeah, let's do like the Vulcans do, which in this case, hopefully not die from asphyxiation and other horrible things. But yeah, otherwise, live long and prosper and engage in infinite diversity and infinite combinations, and we will hopefully see you next week when we get to the resolution of this interesting episode. Until then, hailing frequencies are now closed.